Giants, after a long summer, getting ready to go for the first time here in the preseason. And the one to watch is going to be this man, their fifth-year running back, as he'll be looking to make his mark on this football game.
What I like about him is his vision, because he sees the field so well and can anticipate where a hole's going to be before it even opens. A terrific quality for a running back to have. It's also a great finisher. Often runs into the goalpost at the end of his runs.
Smith going to go to the air first play. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there right off the bat. 53 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this has taken that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Throwing is Smith. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that's one where if you get your hands on it, you should expect to make the play. That could have gone for big yardage, but he just couldn't get it to stick to those big mitts.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to it.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now Geno. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Geno. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. 27 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
The Seahawks take back over. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more. Here's Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Down the right sideline. And finally taken down at the 34. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
So, Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you and I both agree. We like the decision to not play overtime in preseason and just call it a draw.
Partner, I want to meet the person who disagrees with this decision, and I just wonder what took so long for the league to arrive at this conclusion. They put the rule in for the 2021 season.
Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle,
the Seahawks offense getting prepared to go to work here in the second week of the preseason. Smith on first down. And this pass intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Smith. Finding space at the 40. And all the way up to the 46. 15 yards there for number 15.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now it's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. From the red zone now, Smith. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now, it's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth, because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the preseason before they make the final cut. Oh, yeah, a lot of guys to learn for these games.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now...
And out now come the Seahawks. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way.
Now Geno on 1st down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. There he goes, left side. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 26. 50 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Now, he may not be the top guy in the league, but he shows right there, and we know it. He's got the big playability.
And he's showing it to us right now because he's letting the league know he's going to be there when the regular season begins. He uses preseason as not just an audition, but preparation. He's ready to play.
On second down, they'll run it here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On second down, they'll run it here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They're behind in the first. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here with a visiting Cowboy. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. So, Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you and I both agree. We like the decision to not play overtime in preseason and just call it a draw.
Partner, I want to meet the person who disagrees with this decision, and I just wonder what took so long for the league to arrive at this conclusion. They put the rule in for the 2021 season, and it should have been in a long time ago. Yeah, some rookies might miss some plays, but all in all, no one's paying attention when we get to the end of a preseason game.
Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's a special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Green Bay Packers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, the third and final week of preseason action, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Seahawks offense ready to go here in this final tune-up before the start of the regular season. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Still on his feet. He's on his way. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 104 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch out their lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 159 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That was all Preston Smith navigating into the backfield. He gets the tackle for loss. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through.